welcome back to Eastwick Cottage Garden. We are out and we're going to be doing a variety of tasks today that I want to kind of get accomplished. It is sunny but breezy. There's some cloud cover, but it is still very bright. So I decided to introduce or do the intro under the Kwanzaa cherry tree so that I don't have to squint at you or wear glasses so that we can make eye contact. Anyway, so I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are having a great weekend. And some of the things we need to get done today see, we have the big cart out today. So we need to get some fertilizing done. I want to do some more deadheading because it's a never-ending story. You know, as soon as they bloom, they die, and things need to get cut back. I want to put down some compost in some areas that are pretty bare, and fill some holes in the front garden bed, in the maple bed, where we dug out the daylilies and moved them. There's a kind of a crater there, so I want to fill that in. I want to move some things. I want to move a couple of the zinnias into a different placement. I also think, there's also over in the orchard bed, there is an echinacea that is being swallowed up by the beautiful yarrow, so that needs to get moved. I don't remember what color it is, so I'm just going to put it at the edge of the bed and we'll see what color it is, and then next year we can move it to an appropriate place. I also need to do something with my poor bloomstruck hydrangea. It is not doing well in the pot in the front, and I think I'm going to move it into there. I want to put it in this open space right here. This is very hard to do opposite. This open space right here. So they can get a little bit more shade. It is shaded in the afternoon. It gets pretty much full sun in the morning. I think it's too much for it, especially bouncing off of the White House, even though the White House needs to be painted desperately. I think it's too much sun for it. So anyway, that's the kind of things I want to do today. I'm going to fertilize our produce. And just, random tasks. Do some watering because it has been dry. We got a whole deluge of rain, but it was dry yesterday, it's dry today. I also want to clean out the bird feeder a bit, the bird bath. So there's a bunch of things. We're going to get done, hopefully today or throughout this week. Anyway, I'm just going to set the camera up and we're just going to get going with the tasks that we need to accomplish. We're going to start over here. I did some watering and some weeding a little bit ago in the front bed, but I want to pick up some compost from our compost bin. Still haven't gotten the chip drop. I don't know if I mentioned, I think I'm going to actually put an order in for wood chips. I think that's just going to be the easier thing. I really need to get the mulching done because the beds are drying out way too fast, and we need to get some wood chips down as soon as possible. You can see Riley there laying on the steps. I don't know why he's not laying on the grass and where it's cooler. He'll move when he's ready. I have this little bucket mainly for the deadheading, but might as well use it since it's here. Okay, we're going to move to the front. Okay, I'm going to try to get this done as quickly as possible. I left Riley in the back. I'm going to put you down so you don't blow over. I put Riley in the back, and he's going to start barking if he doesn't see me. So we're going to put you down a little bit more and put you in the shade. So I want you to be able to be in the shade so that the camera doesn't die because it is bright. But also, I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So the first step is we're going to move 2 of the zinnias. So this one right here, that's directly behind the coreopsis, it's in a dump space. There's no reason for it to be here. Gonna move that one, and we're also gonna move this one over here. So where I'm gonna put them is kind of make a trio around the lobelia. And again, these are annuals, so they should be okay until, until the lobelia fill in. They should be all right, not taking up too much room. And then I'm going to move that one that's in the back there over to about here. So this should be all right. The mosquitoes are out. Yeah. First item done. Second item is to put some hollytone on the gardenias. They aren't looking the best. I'm going to scratch it into the surface a little bit. And I watered it, but I'm going to actually put some more water down to try to get the fertilizer a little bit further down in the soil. I kind of wanted to get this done before we had all that rain, but it didn't happen. But it might be good because we had a whole lot of rain. So if you have a whole lot of rain, the fertilizers will actually, the nutrients in them can actually get leached out of the soil, especially with your annuals. If you've had a whole lot of rain, you might want to consider putting more fertilizer down after the rain. If it was, if it's a whole lot of rain happening. Then the next thing to do, I want to trim back some of this barberry because it is very spiky and I want to still be able to use the path. So I'm going to cut back anything that's kind of going over the path a bit, or potential to go over the path. And then the next thing is the compost. Now this bucket's not going to be nearly enough to cover the whole thing, but it will be a start. And I could come back later in the week and do some more. For the interim, the compost itself will act as a mulch. All right. So, I also want to do hydrangea that's browning. It's looking very terrible. I'm going to move it out of the pot and plant it where I showed you in the back corner. And I think, well, it rooted in. Okay. That's good to see. Problem is, I'm not sure if I can lift this myself. I can't lift that by myself. Problem is, if I get it in the cart, can I get it out of the cart? Gardening 101, play it safe, don't be stupid. If you know your limitations, it's okay to accept them. Throw a little bit of accessibility in here too. If you know your limitations, accept them. I have a heart defect, and I also have injuries to my arms and hands. So, it's better if I lift the plant out of the pot than to try to take the whole pot and then plant it into the ground. It's just gardening. No need to be a hero. So maybe I'll try to put like an evergreen or something in this pot. People have asked about the upside down wine bottles in the water. So, and I know I spoke about it before, but I just want to mention it again. It's a terracotta tip that you soak in water for 5 to 10 minutes till it gets drenched. I like to make a hole with it in the pot first and then fill up the bottle with water. I'm just dump that because I don't need that right now. Fill up the bottle with water, and then I place the tip back on the bottle and then place the whole thing down into the soil where I made the original hole, like the pilot hole for it. And it's kind of like a self-watering system for your plant. So there's plenty of water in here. There are drainage holes. I just think it's frying. Like it's crusty. So I think it's just getting too much morning sun. Any hydrangea folk out there, please chime in and let me know your opinions. If you've experienced anything like this. I am not a hydrangea expert. This is only my second hydrangea. And so I don't know, it just seems to me that is what the problem is. The soil is good. You want your soil to be moist enough to form a clump, but not drip any liquid. So the soil is plenty moist. Not sure what's going on. I think it's fried. So we are moving it into full shade. Well, mostly shade. Okay, so that's that task. So let's just do a pan around in this area. Show what we did. So we moved the 2 zinnias here and then back here. We moved them. We fertilized the gardenia, watered everything in, put down some fresh compost to kind of stem out the weeds and keep in some of the moisture. I'll probably add some more throughout the week. I made a big mess doing it. That's okay. That's all right. We'll just clean that up. Nobody will ever know. But once again, this rose, everyone, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So, all right. And you can see on the lobelia here and here, it looks like we might be getting some flowers soon. I see some color right there. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. I cannot see what I'm doing. I'm just pointing the camera. So, okay, look at this crazy freakoid thing. I don't know. This is a little piece that was growing in a strange place in the backyard, and I decided to plant it up here. But look at the freakiness of this stem. Anyway, we'll see what we get for flowers. Okay, we'll get on to the backyard. I wanted to get a shrub for this area, and I was kind of looking at some kind of osmanthus or something like that, but I'm thinking I'm gonna try to put this hydrangea here and see what it does. I'm gonna go in real quick and get my trimmer, and I'll be right back. I'm back in frame again. Sorry, I had to go walkabout with doing the weeding. So this tool is from Scott's. I did a whole video on accessibility and weeding, and it comes with 2 attachments, well 3, including the pole, and this can be removed and be used by hand. So there also comes a hedge trimmer attachment that you're supposed to use only by hand, that you can hook to the bottom of the plate, hook to the bottom of it. And I like it. It's telescoping, so you can adjust it to height. It's battery operated. You just charge it up, and I just kind of try to keep it charged and ready to go. And it just makes really quick work out of trimming things back, especially if I want to keep the ivy in check and then get rid of these other vines and things. You could, cut through a good bit of things, and if you're worried about like poison ivy and stuff, you could just like hack through it and you're not even touching it. So I really like this tool a lot. It's been very, very helpful in the garden space. So this, in combination with the Captain Jack's Deadweed Brew and my Stirrup that you've seen me use, weeding is not as horrific as it sometimes can be. Also, if you're worried about snakes, you can get into places you can't really see and not have to reach down and avoid the snakes if you have them in your area. All right, I'm just going to clear a spot here in the ivy. So I think I might do 2 things with this. Put some biotone starter fertilizer in the hole, and then also put some hollytone around the hole. A lot of roots. Not hard, just... Now this is the small auger, mostly designed for bulb planting. It's the Laura edition. So I think I am gonna upgrade to the 5-inch auger, but I also need a bigger drill for that as well. And I'm gonna go in here with a little hory action. Dry fit. We need a little bit more at the bottom. Because this area has been known to have ticks, I am not kneeling down in here. Even though I do get it naturally treated for them, I really don't want to take any chances. I had 3 ticks last year on me, and that was disgusting. In my almost 25 years of living here, and at that point from last year, 54 years of being in this house in total, that never happened to me. Where I grew up, yeah. Not at my grandparents' house. Yeah, I think I could get it to go down in there. All right, so we're going to go with that. That's good, actually. So we're going to put some more soil back in. Starter fertilizer for the roots. I'm going to put some water in the hole because the soil's kind of dry. Also going to put a little holly tone in there. Okay. All right, little hydrangea. Let's see what we could do with you now, huh? Keep you from looking so horribly sad. Poor thing. Look so sad. Hopefully this will help you out. All right, so we will see what happens with this. Hopefully it can rally back and do well. So that's another job done for the day. We got a lot done. We got some plants moved in the front and some compost laid down. And then I did some trimming of the Sunjoy gold pillar barberry to get it out of the path. And we planted, back in the back corner there, we replanted the bloomstruck hydrangea. So hopefully that will do well in that new space. So I hope you guys are doing well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and thank you so much for all your support.